Hey everybody, it's Ben Huey with FGMO Products in Merritt Island, Florida. I wanted to take a minute to talk to you guys about how this bell siphon works. I've been asked to give a demonstration. If you go back to this video here, we'll demonstrate how to install the siphon, but this is where we're at right now. Alright, so what we've got is we've got the lid on the shroud. We've got the shroud over the bell. We got the bell over the standpipe. All right, and then on the underside, we've got the 90-degree turns coming out from the bell. Don't worry about that leaking; it's expected. So what we need is some inflow of water, which is what we're going to do here. Now, the rule of thumb with your pump is that you're going to use a pump that will pump twice the amount of your fish tank per hour. So if you've got a 300-gallon fish tank, you're going to need a 600-gallon per hour pump. The input of water is relatively small, all right? And what I'll do is once the water level rises up over the standpipe here, I'll give you guys a demonstration of how it works, how the siphon works. In fact, you know what, let's put this over the standpipe now so that nobody thinks I'm doing any shenanigans. We'll just leave the bell on. We'll leave the shroud cover off for right now. I do have a tape measure so we can measure how deep the water gets. The water won't go up as high as the top of the siphon or the bell because there's supposed to be 2 inches of grow media between the air and the water. That way you don't get any mold or algae or anything like that growing in there. All right, but let's look how deep the water is. It is right at 4 inches now. Here, let's zoom in. Well, I can't really zoom in. I hope you can see. It's at 4 inches. So what's going to happen is here in a second, water's going to start coming out of that, out of the S turns. Once it does, oh, here it comes. Usually this dumps into a fish tank, but I don't have a fish tank under this right now. And again, this is just for demonstration purposes. And you'll see in just a second that we'll get, let me back up a little bit so that I don't get my camera wet. So you'll see it picks up, picks up, picks up. Once the atmosphere inside the bell collapses, then the siphon will start coming out like nobody's business. And there it goes. Well, not yet, still not yet, it's close. There we go. Now it's draining. All right. So then what'll happen is that'll drain all the water out because that's obviously much faster output than input. It'll drain the entire grow bed. And once the siphon gets down to those little slits, the little gill-looking suckers, the siphon will break. All right. I was recently asked about putting some kind of it seemed like the customer wanted to catch rainwater and use that to initiate the drain. And as much as I would love that to happen, it doesn't work. You got to have a pump on it. But the pump is minimal, so easy to hook it up to solar. That's actually in my list of projects to do. And you know, let me ask you guys this. You see any supply chains on there? I don't see no supply chains on there. This thing is not chained down. It's your call. So I can smell mint. I got mint growing wild in my yard. But yeah, so here, we'll get up on there. Get up on there close so you can see things going down into it or whatever. And here in just a second, it'll break the siphon. And it does it all automatically. The only electricity is on that pump. And there you go, the siphon's broke. So yeah, that's all there is to it. It's actually the same technology that they use on toilets. So anyway, I hope that explains a lot. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave comments. I'll answer any questions that I can. So until next time, just keep in mind there's only one F word: F GMO products.